Any advice for people who are in relationships with someone who they think they love or they admire a lot, but they know deep down that person is holding them back?
Yeah, don't let them hold you back. Don't let them hold you back. I have friends that could hold me back, even today, but I don't let them. I have friends where if I hung around with them every day, I would not be in the position that I am in. I've certainly had women in relationships where if I did whatever she wanted, I would not be where I am today. You know, even little things. Sometimes you wake up at 7 a.m., you want to be in the gym by 8. She starts, reaching down your pants and stuff. It's just like, sometimes just get up, say no, hit the gym, have your shower, tell her you'll see her tonight and get to work. As opposed to, okay, all right, fine. One more round. Then it's 8 o'clock, then a little nap. Then it's 10. Then it's, oh, do you want breakfast? Oh, yeah, I'd love it if you make me breakfast. Then it's 11. Nothing productive has happened. Exactly. You have to be the man in your relationship. And if you're the man, you do what needs to be done, not necessarily what you want to do. So I'm not saying you have to break up with your girlfriend. I'm saying you have to change the dynamic. She's not the boss of you, even when things are pleasurable and nice. Because believe me, if I could be in the exact same physical condition, in the exact same financial condition, and all I had to do was lay around on my couch with beautiful women watching Netflix and getting blowjobs, believe me, I'd do that. But you can't. No. That isn't an option. So, don't let your girlfriend make you feel too comfortable, and just don't fall into the trap of enjoying it too much and enjoying the pleasure too much. Make room in your life for the discomfort. So keep your girlfriend. It's fine, but just don't.
It's happened so many times with me in the past where I spend too much time with him. I end up just becoming like just soft, losing the discipline. And even like, say for example, you have a bit of action in the morning, you bust a nut, and you try to go and train legs after that. Like it's just, I'm not really in the mood to train legs. I'm too chilled out.
Exactly. So you have to make life hard for yourself because no one else is going to do it. No one else. I'm certainly not going to come into your room at 7:30 and kick your door down and say, I don't know what your name is, Steven from Los Angeles. It's time to get your life in order. Let's get up. Let's hit the gym. You're not going to, I don't care about you. No one cares about you that much. You should care about yourself that much. In which case you can't let women make you feel too comfortable because it's not something they do on purpose to stop us, but I feel like it's a woman's natural instinct to want as much of your energy as possible. Yeah. And she's happiest when she gets the most energy from you as possible. A woman wants nothing more than you to be at home with her all day long, talking to her all day long, watching movies with her all day long, and have sex with her 5 times a day. That's a woman's dream. And you know what? By all means, do that once you have $100 million. But don't do it now. Yeah.
Yeah, I like to have that time because in a way, it's the rare time where I can actually switch off.
Yeah.
And I think it's important for me to just switch off every now and then, but not too much. Because if I switch off for too long, then obviously everything just starts going to shit.
You lose your edge.
Yeah. But I've found from my experience, it's usually going to go better for me if I'm seeing someone who has their own shit going on.
Yeah.
If they don't even have to be making loads of money, but they just have to have some passion for something, have something which they go off and do on a day-to-day basis so that they're not always so demanding of your time.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing which always used to kill me. If I was ever seeing like these influencer girls, their one main job or responsibility was just to take a couple of pictures for Instagram.
Yeah.
And they'd get decent money from that because they had like hundreds of thousands, if not millions of followers.
Yep.
But then they have the rest of the day just to go and live their life and enjoy. And then they want to do it with you.
Yep.
And I would love to do that, but I can't do that. I've got other shit to do.
Yeah, and I feel women respect you a lot more when you don't give them all the time that they'd want. They respect you a lot more. No, I'm not gonna. No, it's 7 a.m. Get your hand off my dick. I've got to get up and go to work. It's 5 degrees outside. I've got to get to the office. So I am leaving. There's more of that. Wow, he's the man. Because very few men are made out of that kind of material. So you do have to. It earns the respect of women too. And if you're busy all the time, but they know you're legitimately busy, legitimately working, legitimately making millions of dollars, there's a level of respect that I'll get from women that you won't by laying in bed with her for an extra 3 hours. So
even last night, I had someone who wanted to stay with me.
Yeah.
And I was like, I would like that, but I've got a pretty important podcast tomorrow, and tonight I actually want to prepare for it. So I'm going to have to go. And she was sad, but then she was in awe and admiration of the fact that I was going to stay in on a Saturday night and just focus on preparing for this podcast.
And that's what makes the 1% the 1%. Because most men don't say no to beautiful women. Mm-hmm. Most men won't say, no, I'm busy. No, I have work to do. And that's why we are where we are.
Do you believe in love?
Yes, I do. Yes, I can confidently say that I do believe in love.
Have you been in love?
I don't know. Probably not. I probably haven't been, because if I had been, it would have worked out. Because I feel like I've seen love. I know people who are in love with each other. My mom and her husband, actually not my husband, they're getting married in December, are in love. This guy is my mom's soulmate. I love my dad. He was a G, but being a G and being a good husband are two very different things. You know, I see love all the time, and I know people who've been with their, wives since, 30, 40, 50 years. And, it obviously does exist, and it is very real. I've probably thought I was in love a few times, but I don't know. I just
it's hard to define what it is.
It's hard to define what it is. And I believe it's probably people's brains are wired differently. Mm-hmm. My mind does not work the same as yours. It does not work the same as a woman's mind. That's for sure. So who is anyone to say what love is and what love isn't? I can say maybe I haven't been, although I thought I was at the time, but maybe I was. And maybe like with anything sad that happens, like losing a relationship where you're in love, maybe you just get over it. So I guess I was. I guess I'll say that I was.
I think I have been. I don't know what the true definition is.
Yeah.
But it was like I had been possessed by this drug of some sort where like time didn't exist and I was just completely obsessed with this one person. It's happened, I think, twice before. And I don't know if it was just like really strong affection or admiration for someone or whether it was actually love. But I feel like that was probably the closest it would ever be to it.
Yeah, but even last time that happened to me, it only lasted a few weeks with the girl.
Yeah, same with me. It was weird. It was not like it lasted for 6 months.
Yeah.
I thought it would do, but it was like very strong, and then it kind of tapered off. And then I was just thinking, well, where the hell did that go? Like, why is it not always going to stay like that?
I think everybody has different experiences. I mean, look at it this way. If I were to say, take 10 people randomly. Name them, just think of them in your head. Mm-hmm. Think of them when they're angry. They all behave differently, don't they? Some people are smashing things up, kicking through windows. Some of them are just calm. Some of them sit there and look very serious. Think of them when they're sad. Some of them are very blank-faced. Some of them you wouldn't know. Some of them go a bit quiet. Some burst into tears. So obviously, normal emotions that we all understand very well can be expressed by 10 different people in 10 different ways. But love, people act like it's one consistent thing that everybody feels, like some magical spell, and it's the exact same feeling for every single person. It can't be. Because anger isn't, sadness isn't, happiness isn't. So, yeah, you're right. It is different for everybody. It has to be.
I don't know if I would want to experience it again. I'm happy I did, but the thing which I'm scared of is when I get so distracted by something like that. Like, I remember at that point in time, I didn't care about anything. Yeah. I didn't care about money. I didn't care about work. Even my friends. Like, I was that guy that pied off my friends because I just wanted to be with this girl. And I don't think I want to experience that again.
Yeah. I certainly wouldn't want that. I certainly would not want that. So let's hope that never happens.
I think I'm much happier. I feel now, even though it sounds quite sad, just being more cold.
Oh, yeah. No, that's the key to happiness.
Yeah.
I guess with women it is, certainly. Especially the way that the world has changed. It's very different from the 1950s. You fall in love with your high school sweetheart and it's fine. Women out there in the world, some of them are scary. Women talk about all the time about, this boy's a fuck boy, or this guy's toxic, or this guy's that. No. There are women out there who are terrifying. You don't want to mix up with them. Like in ancient Greek mythology, the sirens, they're beautiful and they have beautiful singing voices, but they'll eat your heart, There are women out there who I feel sorry for men when I literally date and have met women like this, but I've never really got attached to any of them, but I know who the killers are. And then I'll see them with some guy, maybe he's a little bit older than me. Maybe he's got a bit of money and they're like in the Maldives together holding hands. And I'm just looking at them like, this poor guy. It's not going to end well, my brother. But, whatever. Let them play their game.
So how does someone who is more naive protect themselves, or even just look out for those warnings, signs, or red flags of someone who's a killer?
I don't think there's a way to protect yourself besides dating women more naive and less experienced than yourself. Use yourself as a kind of litmus test. But if you think you're some 24-year-old kid and you caught a crypto pump and you're a millionaire, now you're at the millionaire clubs with the girls who millionaires hang out with. That girl is no good for you. You're about to get fucking famoosed. Like you're going to lose money, time. You're going to be buying shit for her. She's going to have other boyfriends. Like, date women less experienced than yourself if you want to avoid heartbreak, I think, because then at least you're some sort of authority figure on that.
Yeah.
That's that. I guess that's the only way.
Have you gone through a heartbreak?
Not really. I had this one particular girl who we'd argue all the time. See, I am so confident that all the decisions I make are correct that I don't experience heartbreak. And this sounds arrogant. I feel like when you're looking at a chessboard, sometimes you have to sacrifice pieces to continue your position going well. And I look at where I am today and I'm thinking, yeah, good, whatever. I put this on a Instagram photo. I said, and everyone who I've ever lost is worse off without me. And that's how I genuinely feel. There was this one particular girl where I guess it was the closest thing I've ever had to a hard breakup. I was dating her, but we'd break up for stupid reasons all the time. Stupid reasons. I can't explain how stupid they were because I don't even remember how stupid they were. Like, I was going to take her for dinner. Andrew forgot his keys. It was the winter. Andrew's outside the house. All right, we're turning around. But you said you were going to take me for dinner. Shut the fuck up. What am I going to do? Leave Andrew outside for 3 hours? What a stupid... Like, that stupid reason would spiral into an argument where we'd break up for 2 or 3 weeks. Now, I'm the kind of guy that if you break up with me, if you think I'm going to be in my room with my laptop out on Pornhub, you are wrong. If you've broken up with me, then good. You've got about 24 hours to make up with me, or there's going to be somebody else in my bed. Because if you're not like, I think that would be very cruel as a man if I would somehow make an argument and break up with my girlfriend, then go sleep with other people, and then get back with her. That would be some sort of trick, some type of manipulation. But if you're a chick and you want to break up with me, good. You got about 24 hours before there's someone else, at least around me. So don't waste, don't break up with me for stupid reasons. And this girl understood this very well because every time she'd ever break up with me, there would always be someone new. So essentially, we'd broken up over, I remember the exact reason. I had a business meeting and she said, can I come? And I said, no. And she said, why? I said, because these are important people I'm meeting and no, you cannot come to the business meeting. And she goes, oh, well, please let me come. Please let me come. And I said, you know what? Okay, yes, you can come. So she gets dolled up, does her nails, does her makeup. We meet at a restaurant. These guys are from New York City. Bit fat, out of shape, older guys. They were like, yeah, I'm in Eastern Europe. I want to see some girls. I want to go to a strip club. So I said, okay, cool. We were eating at the restaurant for about 45 minutes. I said, okay, cool. You have to go home because I've got to take these guys out to a strip club. Well, why did you invite me if it's only 45 minutes? I was like, don't. Are you out of your mind? Literally, shut the fuck up, go home. Sent her home. Well, she was in the wrong and I was in the right and we broke up. Cool. Start sleeping with other women, obviously, as I do. Get back with this girl for about 2 days. And then this girl I was sleeping with says she's pregnant. And I'm like, oh, well, that's interesting. There's an interesting situation to be in. So I straight up tell my girlfriend at the time, yeah, this girl's pregnant. And she basically gave me the choice. Well, okay, fine. Tell her to get rid of it and then we'll stay together. I'm like, oh, I see. So you think I'm going to literally kill a child for a woman who breaks up with me because of stupid reasons like this? I said, no. That was the choice I made. And it was but here's the thing. It was hard losing her, but it wasn't a hard choice. It was the easiest choice in the world. And now I have my daughter, who I love more than I'll ever love that chick. So
that's
the exact situation.
Wow.
So yeah, I've been through hard situations, but again, that's a binary choice. Like I would never have ever said to a girl, get an abortion so I could stick with some chick who doesn't respect me enough to not play stupid games. So it was hard losing her, I guess, but it wasn't hard at all to make the choice.
I think a lot of men should just embrace it. Like, it's a part of life, and it just makes you tougher.
It is.
Like, there was one really hard breakup when I was 26, and I was pretty messed up for like a month or two, but I had so much pride that I knew the relationship had to come to an end. And as much as I didn't want to, I was like, it's done. Because she told me she'd been speaking to another guy. And I was like, okay, well, that's it. That's
speaking to, yeah.
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah, it has to be. It has to be. You can't ever be that little bitch who goes back after that.
So there was time, obviously, she was like my best friend. And I was thinking about her a lot, you know, because I was living alone. I didn't really have like many friends or anything at that point in time. So there was so many times I wanted to message her, or even just like, oh, let's just give it another shot. But I was like, nah, I refuse to do that because I'm too proud.
And that was the smart decision.
Yeah. And just overcoming that turned me into, I don't know, I'd say like just a bit of a savage, really. Like, I was just cold after that. Like, I was ruthless. And then that gave me the sort of the freedom, the confidence to start traveling the world and meeting so many new people.
You know, the best thing about becoming influential and successful and rich and smart and all the on the life trajectory that people like me and you are on, the coolest thing is all of your exes finding you after all these years. Oh, hi. Oh, yeah, it's a shame it didn't work out. Yeah, shame for you. That is pretty funny.
Every single one of them has messaged me.
I know. At some point, they all message you, or you catch them watching.
And that one in particular, she did not stop messaging me because she knew she fucked up.
Remember my quote: "Everyone who I've ever lost is worse off without me." That's the Tristan Tate original quote. Remember that one, because it's true. It's true. So yeah, fuck everyone I've ever lost, and I mean friends. I mean everybody, and it's very true.
And it's interesting as well. As you get older, you just get better. You just have more experience. You could even trust your gut instinct even more when it comes to women and so many life situations. So it's difficult when I have so many of these youngsters asking me for advice and what to do and even how to get better with women. And you can't just sit there and listen to books or watch videos. Maybe that can help you a little bit, but a lot of it just comes from experience.
It does.
And because I'm not the type of person who, because I know there's a lot of people like this, they will hop from relationship to relationship, like a long-term one. So maybe they've only been with like 3 or 4 women and it's just been like long-term relationships. They don't actually have a huge amount of experience. Maybe they have experience with being in a long-term relationship, but that doesn't necessarily prepare them for
women. Yeah,
overall. Because every single woman that I've been with, they've all been different in some way.
Every single one.
And even, you know, some things which like a certain woman likes, whether it be in bed or out of the bed, you can go from the next woman and they'll like complete opposite.
You're playing a different instrument every time. Yeah, so you have to learn it.
It doesn't make any sense. So you just have to adapt and learn.
Yeah, you have to adapt. Aikido. My brother said this about apples, actually. He just said, if you imagine women are like apples, there's this dude who's, you know, imagine a guy who says, I just tried this new fruit. It's called an apple. This is the best apple ever. This is the most perfect piece of fruit you can ever get. That's your first apple? Yeah, that's my first ever apple. You don't know what you're talking about. Find the guy who's tasted all the apples, the rotten apples, the green apples, the red apples. You know, he's in a qualified position to tell you what a good apple is and what a good apple isn't. So that's what you're saying about long-term relationships. Yeah. Some guys have been like, oh, experience with women. I was married for 21 years. I've got experience with women. No, you've an experience with a woman. Completely different thing.